the final 2 races before the chase. Kahne, who has a victory at California, has fallen 6 spots in the points over the last 2 races, but overcoming adversity is something Kasey knows all about. Shannon Spake takes a closer look at the Gillette Everham Motorsports #1 driver.
Kasey, big win, and a happy Kasey celebrating. Kasey bounced off the wall, turn 2.
Kasey heavy contact with his dodge in the wall.
When you're not racing really well, people wonder, what's his problem? Can he drive? You know, what's wrong with him?
The car just timed out.
Pretty pathetic race car. When you win in races and you're running up front, you feel invincible, and all of a sudden things happen, and you're like, wow, what happened? And you get really knocked off the top rung of the ladder, and you feel like you got to start over again. And you're like, wow, to be the leader of the whole company, to be the face of, Gillette Everham Motorsports, it seems like there's more eyes on you, there's more weight on you to perform.
Everybody deals with emotions differently, and this sport at times can be an emotional roller coaster. I don't think a lot of people are ready for that.
Kasey wins the Cook 600.
In 2006, in only his 3rd full season, Kasey won 6 races and 6 poles. But the next year, his success would not last.
07, I couldn't go fast, and that was a difficult year because you feel like you have your breakthrough year. You feel like you have everything go the way that it should, and then you can't do anything right the following year. So that was the most confusing year I've had in racing yet.
We were changing people. We were growing at the same time. Nothing's been the same for us. Most great sports franchises go through ups and downs, and our team is still a relatively new team as NASCAR goes.
Confidence can get crushed in a hurry. I really think that, and I think it's true with everybody. And one win, one great race, can change that around in a hurry too.
That change came in May at the All-Star race. Kahne failed to qualify, but was voted into the field by the fans.
You, the fans, have spoken.
He then drove his way from the last spot to victory lane.
Kasey, the fan favorite, wins the Sprint All-Star race.
I figured out when I won the All-Star race that I didn't have the confidence, and I wasn't communicating the way that I needed to do it just because we weren't running as strong or we hadn't won a race in a while. That was the start to a couple wins that we've had so far this season.
If it hadn't been for the fans this year voting us in that race, we might not have been able to pick up the momentum.
We realized, man, maybe all the things that I've signed in the past or the time that I've spent with fans, whatever it's been, to get voted in by the fans felt great.
Through the good times and the bad, he has always remained a fan favorite.
You see his name and stuff all over the place. It's just the screaming and the yelling. The girls and the women yell at him everywhere he goes. I mean, it's crazy. The question I get mostly is he single? Do you have his phone number? And can you give him a message for me?
No matter how you look at it, he's our star right now. He's our franchise player. He's the guy that wins races.
Kasey wins the Cook 600.
Kasey gets his 2nd victory of the season.
I don't think that NASCAR has seen the best of Kasey yet. I think that that's still a little bit of ways, and when that comes, I believe he can be a multiple champion.
Still to come on NASCAR.